Buckingham Palace has confirmed that Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, has been admitted to hospital for an exploratory operation, it seems. Let's go over to our correspondent, Max Foster, who joins us now live with more on this. What do we know, Max?
Well, it's just a very simple statement. His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh, has been admitted to the London Clinic for an exploratory operation following an abdominal investigation. He's expected to stay in hospital for up to 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a long time, and normally on these statements we would get, we wouldn't be given a defined period. It would be a few days or something. So 2 weeks is a long time. The London Clinic, we're just looking into what sort of specialism it has, but normally there's another hospital that they would automatically go to, and also there are medical professionals close at hand as well in the palaces who can handle these things. Further updates will be issued when appropriate. There's a lot of pressure on the palace right now. Prince Philip earlier this week cancelled a couple of engagements because he was feeling under the weather, as I was told. But this now looks a lot more serious. We did see him on Tuesday out at an event marking the Queen's coronation, and he looked drawn and tired, but, you know, if he had been under the weather, then he would have done. But now it seems abdominal investigations seems like a more serious concern really on the palace. So we'll have to see, but certainly it looks serious. 2 weeks in hospital, and to say that at this point would be a guesstimate, obviously, but they're looking at the medium term, not the short term.
2 weeks in hospital would also mean that he'd have to spend his 92nd birthday in hospital. That's only 4 days away from now. This is an elderly man, after all.
Yeah, and any sort of illness at that age, obviously, is a concern, because if infections set in, then they need to get control of it very quickly. And perhaps the palace would argue that it's erring on the side of caution. It's just this 2 week sort of window that I'm looking at in the statement. It's interesting that they say 2 weeks, otherwise it would have been just investigations.
That's right. We've been here before, haven't we? After the Queen's Diamond Jubilee celebrations, he was admitted to hospital with a bladder infection. Is there any sign that this may be a repeat of that, or indeed how worried are palace officials?
Well, I haven't managed to speak to them because we literally just got the statement and I've been on air since, but they're not saying it's this infection, but then it hasn't been diagnosed yet. I mean, I'll keep going back to the 2 weeks, because if it was an infection, they would say he would be going in for checkups, and at the most they'll be saying he'll be in for a few days, or we can't say how long he's going to be in. They're saying 2 weeks, so they're bracing us for something more serious.